Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa baraka tasliman kathiran amma ba'd. فقد قال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم إنما الأعمال بالنيات. My most respected brothers, we all know this occasion of a nikah, but the most important thing in our life is intention. Without intention, one cannot get any maximum benefit. Intention means that when you come into the masjid, also you make an intention. The intention to come to the masjid is to make in ziyarat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're going to meet Allah ta'ala. So it's obvious that the more great the person is, the more respect you have. And the more the greater the person is, the more humble you become too. So when you come to the masjid, how humble you're supposed to be. Total humility. With the fear this much that you're going to meet him, it must not be that he does not want to see you. Your intention must be of that kind that when you come to the masjid, you must think to yourself that I'm going to meet Allah Ta'ala. Then how much pure you should be inside and outside. To make sure that you have no kind of malice for anyone. To make sure they don't have any pride of any kind, because you're going to one that who only has pride and nothing else. وَلَوْ الْكِبْرِيَاءُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah Ta'ala says, pride is only for me and no one else. Anyone has the slightest bit of pride, they're not going to Jannat. So how important it is that one prepares himself to come to the masjid. The sanctity of the masjid is lost. When a person comes to the masjid, he has to show total importance and respect to that extent that he is fearing that he came to meet Allah, and it must not be that while he comes to the masjid, he looks at someone else. In this world, you come to realize when you go to see a magistrate or some special important work you got with someone, and you're going to meet him and you talk to him, and while you're talking, your best friend can come to you, you don't even look at him too. Because the moment you look at him, this person says, you came to see him or you came to see me? Likewise, when you came to the masjid, who you came to see? Allah Ta'ala. So when you came to see Allah Ta'ala, they show you humility that you are nothing. Forget all your thing, who you are. Namaz teaches you one greatest thing, that every time you say Allahu Akbar, inside you saying, oh Allah, you're the greatest. The moment you say, oh Allah, you're the greatest, what are you supposed to say? I am nothing. So why do you still have, when you perform in namaz, you still have this greatness in you? The sanctity of masjid is so important that everything that you do in a masjid will be very careful. And the lowest form of humility and the greatest form is the sajda. So how important it is that one is supposed to know how to perform salah. So intention is when you come to leave home, not to go meet friends. Not because you got a problem at home, let me go sit in the masjid. I'm going to the masjid to meet Allah. Likewise, nikah also. What's your intention to become nikah? To perform nikah with only one intention, Ya Allah, I can keep myself pure from all kinds of sins. I must keep away from this. First of all, you think to yourself, Ya Ahmad, this is the sunnah of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Two things came from Jannat and two things have to go back to Jannat if you know how to live it. One is Iman and one is Nikah. When you come in this world and look after the Iman and Nikah, then you must know this much, that Nikah and Iman will go back to Jannat. May Allah give us all that. Nikah is very easy. It takes 2 minutes to perform nikah, my friend. To look after the nikah is something that is something. My husband should always say, nikah karna bahut aasan hai, nibha karna bahut mushkil hai. It's very easy to say, I'm getting married. Responsibilities. The biggest thing a husband has to know when he gets married is make sabr. If he does not make sabr, he must not get married. Like when a person going out in Jamaat, Ya bunay aqimi salat wa'mur bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar wasbir ala ma asabak. When you're going out in Jamaat, it's very important, this statement of Luqman alayhi salam. Ya bunay aqimi salah, establish salah. Wa'mur bil ma'ruf, invite the people to good. Wa nahy anil munkar, remember this much, that those objecting from them. Wasbir ala ma asabak. The most important thing in this work is so great, but remember you have to make a lot of sabr. You'll be faced with different situations of all kinds. You're going to meet people, you invite people who are completely your enemies. They may cause harm to you. They have Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And how he makes sabr, wasbir ala ma asabak. He said, whatever you're going to face any conditions, make sure you make sabr. Because if you don't make sabr, then why are you going to do the work? The things they will tell you, all kind of things they'll tell you, they belittle you. They'll tell you all kind of things. If you don't have the ability of tolerating, do not do it. Or they cause more harm. Wasbir ala ma asabak. The work is very great, but they're conditioned how to do it. Wasbir ala ma asabak. Nabi Allah Ta'ala says this thing here. That means everything that you do, the greatest quality of the person has to be sabr. So when a person gets married, he must have a bag full of sabr. That everything that's going to happen to him will be completely against his tabiat. Everything. Then you call yourself a man. Because Nabi Karim says a woman is created with a crooked rib. Don't tell them that, please. He only told us this to remind us about it, that remember, they are made of crooked rib. You don't straighten it, they'll make you straight. But unfortunately, when we learn this thing, we're going to hammer them with the same words. We're not supposed to. We remind ourselves when they say something, we must think, there's something wrong with them. They're crooked, let them say what they will say. They are like weather, they are like the weather. 1 minute they're smiling, another minute they say, turn away, what happened? Kya ho gaya? 1 minute they're smiling, and next minute they're gone somewhere else, another part of the world. That is a woman for you to make yourself a man. If you cannot become a man, you must not get married. If you think you're just going to get a bed of roses, that must forget. I'm making dua for you. Allah must give you the best partner for all of us. Best partners. But I'm reminding you that this is what you're going to face with. So prepare yourself that never to get angry. The worst thing today is anger. Every home got everything but no peace. Every home got the best home. Everything, no peace. Because of anger. Because of anger. If only you can keep quiet. That's when the Sahaba came to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, give me advice. He said, La taghdab. Didn't tell him anything else. Do not get angry. Do not get angry. Inshallah, you don't get angry, you'll see how much of barakat in the house will be. She can get angry, but you must not get angry. Once Hazrat, one person came to him and told him, Hazrat, I'm going to fetch my wife. My Hazrat told, don't get angry. He said, I won't get angry. He said, no, you will get angry. If you don't get angry, remember, she will get angry and she will tell you the worst things. The worst thing under the sun. And the worst thing when she tells you, then you must think she's throwing flowers at you. She's throwing flowers at you. When you think she's throwing flowers at you, then one day she'll throw flowers at you. But don't get angry. Do not leave the house without making salam. Many people left the home without making salam, never came back home. The sunnah of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, make salam, assalamu alaikum. The dua has been given, she gave it dua too. No, Islam teaches not to give taklif to anyone, my dear friend. Not to give taklif to anyone. Nabi Karim said, never give taklif. The man must be going somewhere. Very important. Park your car in a way that don't give taklif to anyone. Remember, you must think to yourself, when anything happens like this, if I was in this position, what will happen to me? See, we don't look like that. If I had to go somewhere and someone did this to me, what will I do? Likewise, we must always learn to park the car in the correct place. Islam teaches us that. Ethics of Islam, that. So nikah is a very great ibadat coming from Jannat. When Allah Ta'ala created Habibi Hawa, Adam al-Islam looked at her, no, Allah created how beautiful she is. He wanted to go towards her, which is normal. Which is normal. That if you see an opposite sect of yours, you must not look now. They should tell you that he looked and you want to go towards. I'll say sabr. Allah told him sabr. Now teaching us that it's normal that when you go outside, your eyes will go to wrong places, but don't look at it. Turn away. Do not look at it. Make sabr. Then the nikah was performed. And the mayor was 20 Duru Sharif to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the gawah was the faristas. So the nikah was from Jannat. What kind of nikah will that be then? The same nikah has to be in this world also the same. Nikah must be so simple, like 2 rakat namaz. When a person reads 2 rakat namaz, how much simplicity in that namaz, likewise in nikah must be simple too. All that what you're doing and booming and all that what's happening is all that you're doing is against the law of Allah. Bibi Fatima radiallahu ta'ala's nikah was so simple, there's no one better than that. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala goes to Nabi Karim, I want to get married to your daughter. He says, Annaha lasaghiratun, she's still small. He goes away. Umar radiallahu ta'ala comes, I want to get married to your daughter. Inna lasaghiratun. Now in our house, in our situation, if someone is, refuses us, that door is closed for that person. If someone can ask how that girl is, how that boy is, don't go near to. Don't go near because you've been refused. It's not refused by you, it's refused by Allah Ta'ala. Joru sab mila hua wahan se bhai. You're going against Allah's command. What they decided, Abu Bakr Siddiq and Umar, they got together and they said, let us say, Ali to go. Being refused. They told Ali, don't you go and make properly you get it. So he was so shy, he's going to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Jibreel alayhi salam to say, they say Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that they're going to come to ask for request of Fatima, for Ali. Accept the request. Accept the request. So where it took from? Just imagine Allah Ta'ala sent it. And that nikah took place thereafter, not very long. Perform the nikah, not waiting for this person and that person from wherever he is. Nikah is performed, alhamdulillah, and the walima was performed. Abdul Rahman radiallahu ta'ala, when his nikah was performed, he did not even go to Nabi Sallallahu. He didn't invite him to. The next day, today if someone don't invite me, okay, what happened? Why didn't you invite me? What wrong I did? I'll make sure I won't go invite him also. Yeah, Rasulullah, who's the greatest, did not invite him. The next day, Abdul Rahman, you got married? He said, yeah, there's some sign you can know. He said, oh, you want to be shadi? Why don't you make walima? So in other words, showing us that if someone does not invite us, does not mean we feel hurt about it. But you must give dua to them. So this nikah that's taking place, Allah Ta'ala must give barakat in nikah. Allah must give izzat in nikah. And the most important, after nikah, how a husband and wife should lead a life. That's why the most important thing, think, oh Allah, I'm getting married because to become more near and dear to you. And this nikah must be this intention, Ya Allah, I get married, so I keep away from all haram. I must give more halal. That's why the wife also must think the same thing too. That even there's some misunderstanding between husband too, but if the husband come near her, she must think, my misunderstanding is somewhere else, but I must fulfill his desires so that he will not commit any gunah. Allah Ta'ala amal karne ki tawfiq nasib kare. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. वो कलम कहाँ है? जज़ाकल्लाह शुक्र. Nishad Ali Dada. Oh, is that your daughter? She's given permission to hand up the Hafiz Umar Farooq. and the dowry being 1 gold bar. Which you received already. And Ismail Latib, you witness to it. And Naeem Dada. Perform the nikah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa la nadhira lahu wa la mithala lahu ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى يا أيها الناس اتقوا الله حق تقاته يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما وقد قال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم النكاح من سنتي وقال فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Janab Hafiz Umar Farooq, especially in this of Janab Nishad Ali, his father, Yusuf Ismail Latib and Naeem Dada, I've given Maliha. So you have nikah with the dowry being 1 gold bar. Do you accept Maliha as a wife? Say, I accept Maliha as my wife. Say, nakahtuha wa qabiltuha. Barakallahu lakum wa baraka wa junma bainahuma bil khair. Allah Ta'ala is nikah mein khub barakat nasib farma. हर किस्म की फितने व शर से हिफाजत फरमा, दोनों जहां में राहत नसीब फरमा और नेक साले औलाद नसीब फरमा. You got your certificate now. Press certificate. Deep the second one. The third one. Your daughter there. No, the first one. She has to sign. Yusuf Ismail Latib. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وصحبه. ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للكفروا واغفر لنا ربنا إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. اللهم إنا نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. فالله خير الحافظ والراحمين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير. اللهم نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم اغفر لنا وإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم حاسبنا حسابا يسيرا. اللهم حاسبنا حسابا يسيرا. اللهم ثبتنا للإيمان وأمتنا على الإيمان واحشرنا يوم القيامة والإيمان بحرمة القرآن وحرمة النبي آخر الزمان. وصلى الله تعالى على كل سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا مولانا محمد وأصحابه برحمتك يا رب.